behind these transitions, these hires you've made?
Well, you know what? I mean, we're pretty fortunate. I think, you know, you look, I think Billy's the premier receiver coach in the United States. I've had the opportunity to work with him before. I don't know, was it like 7 all-SEC wide receivers in his time in this conference, as well as developing at Utah. Had 2,000-yard receivers in one season. Just about everywhere he's gone, his receivers have broke records. So, you know, the opportunity to get one of the best receiver coach in the country is huge. And then, thank goodness, you look at our staff with what we do with Tim Brewster. I think he showed, we talked in when I brought him in, and we talked about the professionalism that he had. You know, you look at my time here, where receivers had their best season. You know, that was his first season as a receiver coach, and you know, it's why he was a great head football coach, why he's been a great assistant coach in both college and the NFL, and the opportunity now for us. You know, I think everybody. I'm sure you guys write all about it. You'll be writing about it all the time. Hey, the tight ends are going to have a bigger role in the offense, and just in how the makeup of the our personnel fits. That the tight ends will probably have a bigger role this year. You know, I mean, here's a guy that's coached Pro Bowl tight ends. We get that experience to do that. So, just when we had the opportunity to make this and put the staff together this way, it was kind of a no-brainer.
When did you first contact Billy?
When did I first contact Billy? Back at 19. Billy and I talk all the time. You know, I mean, it's not so. I mean, it was something. It was, you know, something that we discussed, and I said, you know, where we weren't going to do anything till after signing day. You know, especially as recruiting moves forward. You know, I know where he was, and I mean, you know, being at Illinois, and Tim Beckman's a good friend of mine. I know with a lot of staffs, there's a lot of, you know, people make some changes right before signing day and all that stuff. I'm not a big fan of doing that. And, so kind of waited, and you know, I mean, it was a thought, boy, we could have the opportunity to have this plan come together. I was going to wait till after signing day, so it might have caused it to fall apart. You didn't know how it was going to all react to it. But you know, when we got after signing day, had the opportunity to go look at things, evaluate things, and had the chance to put it together this way, we were really excited.
So it was more of a bill is available to get them as opposed to just looking at.
Yeah, and no, I mean, that was it. If, you know, I mean, it wasn't that we were trying to stir and change things up right there. You know, I thought, you know, I mean, like I said, but you know, the opportunity when I talked to Bill and he said, hey, I'd be really interested. It was a pretty easy decision, I think, to try to make it fit and work on our staff.
You talk about, you know, moving Scott into the office and these rule changes coming up in August. I mean, obviously going to have more feet on the ground, so to speak, with recruiting, and just how involved will he be with?
Well, I do. I look, you know, we go play a lot of teams, and I look over the sideline, and they have, you know, 6 quality control guys on offense, 6 on defense, and, you know, we're I guess, understaffed in the Southeastern Conference a little bit that way. So, you know, here it is, a guy that's a great analytical guy in the game of football, and allows us to kind of open that up and create a position right now where we can try to catch up to the rest of the league in that way in our off-the-field personnel. And I think, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, in talking with Scott, it's different. You know, I mean, it's the first time we've had someone in that position of how it's all going to work out. But I think it's going to be a great fit for him and give us an opportunity to really catch up personnel-wise with the rest of the league.
Going forward offensively, just kind of take me through, say, game day against Oklahoma State when you guys are calling a play offensively. I mean, were you guys going through, how's the discussions? How involved is Billy? I mean, you know.
Going to be, everybody will be very involved, you know. I mean, there's a long time till we do that. You know, I think you look at the continuity that we've had a little bit within our staff. I think it really just makes everything the same way. You know, we'll see how that goes. Les does a great job calling plays for us and kind of patching everybody together. There's a lot of personalities in that offensive room now, because I spend a lot of time in there too. I have a little personality myself. John Hevesey's got some personality, and Brew's got some personality. Knox is pretty opinionated on what goes on, and you know, Billy's not shy over there. You know, so he's going to have his say, and you know, I think so. Les does a good job of patching all that, you know, of coordinating, of taking all of that and putting all the thoughts and ideas together and getting it out into a plan on game day.
With Billy's expertise in special teams, you see him having a big role in that as well.
Expertise in special teams. Big time.
He did it for you at Utah.
You know what? I think.
I just imagine you get tired of yelling at yourself on special teams.
Well, you know.
Yell at Billy now.
Yeah, I could yell at them. There's a lot of people. But I mean, I think a lot of our coaches, I think if you know, when you guys get to see it more in spring ball than during the season, you get out there, you see everybody's involvement in the special teams. Like all our phases. You know what I mean? There's not a, you know, when it comes to like, you know, special teams, well, I do everything. You know, I mean, everybody has an input, everybody has a say. You know, having Billy, I know, you know, with Greg Knox, with some other guys too that have real good, solid special teams backgrounds. I might even look into, you know, giving everybody even more input. You know what I mean, and kind of assigning each guy a team. You know, within it, instead of just positions, give, you know, one guy, you know, is going to kind of oversee kickoff return, and you know, I'll still kind of coordinate everything from the top.
You, Billy and John have any